So next, Austin Theory. We finally get some clue that he can talk because he comes down the aisle with his own microphone, and it wasn't where he was having to sit there and feed off of Vince McMahon and basically just be the yes guy and nod his head and try to say the right things that when he can't understand what Vince is talking about. Now he's on his own, and he got some personality. He didn't seem bashful about things. He delivered his shit well. He's coming. He's on McAfee's ass. Pat McAfee at ringside. He asked McAfee, why was Vince on your show? He set you up because you're a loudmouth and people want to see you shut up, right? And what are you going to do when your jaw is wired shut? And he announces that he is the opponent for Pat McAfee at WrestleMania that Vince McMahon has arranged. That when Vince had told him on the McAfee show that if he wanted to be at wrestle at WrestleMania, he'd get him a match. And I mean, and this, I've wondered why, because McAfee was so good in the two things he did before, why they haven't had him wrestle again. Well, it's good they saved it for WrestleMania because he's a celebrity and he's probably not going to embarrass himself or all of us. And of course, as we mentioned, and now a lot of people are hopping on Uncle Dave again because he's the one that broke the news that McAfee's wrestling Vince at WrestleMania. Well, I still don't know. I can believe that they planned that. I can believe, actually, internally knowing these people, that was discussed, especially knowing Vince, that was discussed, or it went far enough that somebody finally talked him out of it. But they obviously used the McAfee show with him on it. You know, they used that interest to promote the show that he did, and now Theory is probably one of the best guys on the roster to put McAfee against because he's so talented. He'll keep the match on track. McAfee doesn't have a ton of experience. I'm sure they'll work it out ahead of time. And also because he's a weaselly type, the people do want to see him get his ass kicked, and he can get his ass kicked and still not lose the heat that somebody else that might also not be able to carry McAfee through the day. And then he slaps the headset off McAfee's head and boom, and then goes and takes his selfies and off we go. So at least now we know he can talk and he's got some oomph. And I'd a whole lot rather see this Theory versus McAfee than Vince versus McAfee.
We still don't know what it will be. Now, again, on Raw, Austin Theory was hamming it up for the camera after he thought Vince left the room, thinking, oh, I could do whatever I want with the contract. Then Vince does the McAfee show. Austin Theory comes out here, no Vince, to say that he's facing McAfee. Who knows what it'll be at WrestleMania? Now that they let the buzz get out there that Vince was going to wrestle, and now that they let Dave get all the heat for being wrong about it as of this second, if all of a sudden Austin Theory and McAfee are in the ring at WrestleMania and all of a sudden the No Chance in Hell music hits and Vince comes out there, it'd be a big moment and people wouldn't be completely surprised, and we still don't know where this is going to go. Was he in Indianapolis just to record the Pat McAfee show, or did they get in the ring and work out? We don't know.
We will find out. At least they're leaving some questions that we'd like answered.